Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego here in the panhandle of Florida, waiting for our K-1 visa, which is at the service center in California to get adjudicated. And we have the lovely Karina, my prometida, and she is from Venezuela, currently living in Bogota, Colombia. She's been a legal resident of Colombia for 5 years plus. And this video, ladies and gentlemen, is about health insurance. Health insurance. Do you need health insurance to get your K-1 visa? Well, ladies and gentlemen, come on along and I will give you a brief overview. Okay, so you are in the process of your K-1 visa, or you just got approved by USCIS and now your visa is at the National Visa Center stage, or you're waiting for your embassy interview at the embassy in whichever country you live in. Congratulations if you made it that far. Now, we recommend, Diego and Karina, we recommend that you get some kind of health insurance right before or up to your K-1 visa interview at the embassy. You could be asked the question, do you have health insurance? It's a possibility. And definitely when you get to the USA, you need to have some kind of health insurance, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because that definitely will help you get your green card approved. Okay? Very important. Now listen up. Once you get your embassy interview date scheduled, go ahead, Mr. Sponsor, buy health insurance for your beneficiary or any of her children. Okay? And then she can bring this information with her to her or his embassy interview, and if he gets asked the question, do you have health insurance? The answer will be yes, I have health insurance. Okay? The intending immigrant has to show also, if you don't want to buy health insurance, the financial resources to pay for any reasonably anticipated medical expenses. What if your fiance steps off the plane in Miami International Airport and twists her ankle and she ends up in the hospital for a day? Who's going to pay for these medical expenses? Mr. Sponsor, it's going to be on you, right? Get some health insurance, and we recommend some travel insurance 30 days prior to you flying to the United States, Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary. If you, Miss Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary, have serious medical conditions, okay, that might disqualify you at the visa interview. But if it doesn't, if you make it to the United States, okay, make sure that you have proof of health insurance to cover whatever condition it is you have. Okay, a USCIS officer will review whether you have sufficient income, assets, resources to cover any foreseeable medical costs. So the immigration officer is thinking, what could happen in the future? What if you, Miss Beneficiary, get into an accident, or you have a sudden problem where you have to go to the hospital? Do you have insurance to cover this situation? I recommend this avenue. So right now you're just arriving in the United States, okay, and you can't get on your husband or wife's employer's health insurance right at this moment. You can't do it, okay, but you can get short-term health insurance to cover any eventualities, okay. For example, go to this company right here. Now, we don't get paid for saying this. We're not getting paid by this company. But Visitors Coverage is a website you can go to where you can inquire about getting health insurance for short-term coverage while you are waiting for your adjudication of your green card, while you're waiting for your husband or wife to get you on his or her health insurance wherever she works at or whatever. If you're retired military, like myself, okay, you have what's known as Tricare, Tricare for life. When you get married and you've brought your beneficiary to the United States, Mr. Veteran, you got married to your beautiful fiancée. As soon as you get married and the documents are processed, before you adjust the status, go to the Tricare office in your city where you live, and bring your marriage certificate to show you are married. Now, you will not have a social security number, you will not have a green card, but you will have a proof of evidence that you guys got married, bring this document to the Tricare office and get your beneficiary on your Tricare. They will expect you within 12 months to get a social security number. Once you get your beneficiary social security number, then you notify Tricare, this is my beneficiary social security number, and everything's good. But you can put your beneficiary on your Tricare, retired military gentlemen and active duty military ladies or gentlemen, before you get a social security number. You just got to show your marriage certificate that you're married. Show you're married, that's it. Now, talking about veterans and military, it was actually Vietnam veterans that created the K-1 visa, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, back in the 70s when we were actively engaged in conflict with the nation of Vietnam. The U.S. government was. GIs, American GIs, were falling in love with Vietnamese girls and ladies and gentlemen, and they wanted to get married, but they had all this bureaucracy to go through. The Vietnamese government, the U.S. government had all these bureaucracies and all these hoops to jump over. So after the Vietnam veterans pressured Congress to do something about it in 1970, 71 I believe, I'm not exactly sure exactly what year, but the K-1 visa was created, and here we are processing K-1 visas. So if you are processing a K-1 visa, ladies and gentlemen, thank your Vietnam veteran. They did it for you and for us, for me. So you've got short-term health care coverage for your beneficiary, Mr. Sponsor. This is your responsibility, Mr. Sponsor, Ms. Sponsor, to get your beneficiary short-term health insurance. You got married on your K-1 visa within 90 days, okay? You've got a health insurance card now, which isn't totally proof of evidence of health insurance. Just having a card is not evidence, okay? But you must have evidence of effective start dates and effective expiration dates, okay? So that now you have got health insurance for your beneficiary. Another place you can go is go to this app right here, and you can find health insurance at this company right here. You can go into the Apple Store, load the app up, and look for health insurance, okay? Once you get married, once you have put your beneficiary on some kind of health insurance, then you put this evidence together and you include it in your adjustment of status paperwork. If you file your adjustment of status paperwork for a green card and you have zero evidence of health insurance, this is going to put, it's not going to make it any easier for you to get your beneficiary's green card. It will make it harder, okay? Get your beneficiary health insurance, even if it's temporary, while you're waiting for employer insurance to kick in, and include this information in your adjustment of status paperwork. Alrighty? Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we hope this information was helpful to you. You will get your K-1 visa. Follow this channel. This is your YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is your channel for you to help you get your K-1 visa, okay? Don't sweat it. You're going to be fine. Relax, and we will see you very soon in the United States with your green card in your hand. Excuse me, with your K-1 visa in your hand, then your green card. Get some health insurance before your visa interview at the embassy. Get short-term coverage. Bring the proof to the embassy interview, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Include it in your adjustment of status paperwork that you have health insurance for your beneficiary, and your visa processing will go smooth as silk. Thanks for watching.
I'll be back.